All right, thank you so much for everyone being here today. I want to start with just hearing from you. Tell us a little bit about yourselves, the organizations that you're part of, and what services your organizations provide.
My name is Maureen Welch, and I have Navigating Disability Colorado, and we're the only company in Colorado that has a step-by-step online program in community to help people access resources like Colorado Medicaid waivers, to enroll and then to maximize their services.
I'm Dr. Amanda Kelly, and I'm the CEO of Firefly Autism. And Firefly Autism is a nonprofit organization. We've been around for 22 years and provide a whole host of supports and services for individuals on the autism spectrum of all ages.
Hi, my name is Katarina Hewing. I'm the Executive Director at Dirt Coffee. We are a nonprofit social enterprise that is focused on working with neurodivergent job seekers. So we offer paid internships within our cafe. We also do job development in the community, finding jobs that are integrated, competitive, and that they're passionate about. And then last, we work with employers on their disability hiring practices as well.
My name is Jenna Cordacious, and I'm the founder of the Traveling Gnomes. We design and lead different travel opportunities for individuals with disabilities, both locally and globally, through our extended day trips and overnight adventures. And this is one of our most seasoned travelers.
Paul Clifford, participant for Traveling Gnomes.
That's awesome. Well, these are all such important things. Why is it so important that these resources are provided? And, you know, what have you seen the impact to be on the lives of the people that you work with?
I guess what I've seen is there's a lot of siloing of services.
Yes.
Like you have education in one area, you have employment in another area, you have Medicaid, you have medical, and they're all separate, and they don't necessarily make it easy to communicate even between. Like I have physicians that call me for information because they don't understand how Medicaid in the application process works. So I even have one member in our community, we have 400 members in our online free community, who said that she's adopted 4 children overseas from many different countries. And those 4 adoptions together were easier than doing one Medicaid application for the waiver services in Colorado. So it's just very complex. So many people touch the applications and paper. There's a lot of human error that happens during that process. So I think when you bring people together, and also when we network amongst each other, we realize that together we can support each other, and often the solutions come from within our community more than from the systems that exist to serve our community.
Absolutely. I think that's so important.
And if I could add to that as well, I think about every week, and today is actually a really good example. Today I got 2 emails from 2 individuals in our community who said, you know, hey, my next door neighbor just received a diagnosis for their child. They're reeling. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to go. Can you help? And to be able to connect resources for people, whether it be, you know, across a variety of abilities, right? Because every single individual is so unique, and there's a really broad variety of abilities. No one organization can do everything. So it is really important to make sure that we know one another, we network with one another, we know what the other person does. And you can pick up the phone real fast. I mean, those 2 phone calls today were less than 5 minutes, but it really helped people get on the journey to knowing what they need, you know, whether it's a diagnosis, whether it's navigating a Medicaid application, whether it's a transition to work. I just think it's so key. And where families really struggle is when they cannot find the resources that they need. They're stuck, and they feel helpless, they feel hopeless, and they feel like they can't get their child what they need. And it's just not where you would want to be as a parent.
And also very isolated. I think a lot of our community is isolated. When you can make those connections, they realize they're not alone. And that just makes your heart feel more at peace, even though you're struggling.
And that they have the fact that they can pick up the phone and give us a call. We just recently had a call from a parent who was in tears because they had been told that their son would never work. And we were like, that's not true. You know, we were like, bring him down. Let's meet him. Let's talk to him, you know. And she just, in that moment, she thanked us, you know. And I think that we know that a lot of people are getting that news or have those assumptions or those misconceptions built in of what our community is capable of. So I think that's one thing that we are going up against every day.
Right.
With me on the vocational side and like looking to offer folks the training and the pathway into employment, I also am seeing with employers that they might have the willingness to hire, but they're not ready to support neurodivergent folks yet. And I think that there is a lot of growth needed there and a lot of training, but that's also an amazing thing that we're seeing a lot of that opportunity. We are seeing employers wanting to diversify their workforce engagement, and also supports here in Colorado for employers to do so. So we get to meet everybody, you know, from the parents to the job seekers to the employers, which necessarily is like our entire community gets touched by this every day.
Specific to inclusive travel, travel sparks curiosity. It sparks new conversations, new experiences, new adventures that then carry over into just everyday life. And I feel like everyone deserves that chance to experience the joy of adventure.
I've been on overnight trips with the group. I've been to trips in and around Colorado, Wyoming, and other places.
That's awesome. Do you enjoy them? What do they bring to your life?
Independence and growth, among other things.
I'm so glad that there's progress being made. Of course, there's a lot of work to do, but organizations like the ones that y'all take part in are doing that. Is there anything else that you think is important to highlight when it comes to the conversation about, you know, giving neurodivergent folks a seat at the table and providing them with the services that they need? Anything you think is important?
Yeah, I'll jump in here. I think that for decades, people have been underestimated. And I'm grateful to see that there is growth through education and training, but I still think that there's a lot of underestimating of what individuals, neurodivergent individuals, you know, can do, and there's still a lot of kind of miscommunication and misunderstanding. And the more that we can educate, the more that we can have the individuals' voices in the room, the more that we can show through a broad variety of education platforms what neurodiversity is and what neurodivergent individuals bring to workplaces, to communities. I think that's really going to push the needle forward.
Yeah. I think that really goes to the point that every single person is different,
Right.
and has different strengths and different supports of need, and that even for our community looking for, if one thing didn't work out for you, try another thing. I think that it's just like having the courage to keep showing up and finding what's right for you, finding the right organization, the right fit for how do you want to travel, you know, the world, and how do you want to engage with resources and find the support that you need, and just, you know, not closing the door on that.
Totally. Paul, is there anything that you want to add about your experience with traveling gnomes or otherwise?
Well, basically, I've enjoyed being with the group and traveling along and been to different states I haven't been to. Last year, for instance, I went to Oregon for the first time, went to Washington State for the first time, and last year I went to LA for the first time since 1986, and I enjoyed that a lot. I go back. Yep.
I'm so glad to hear. Well, thanks everyone for being here today and taking time out of your busy schedules to join us and share your experiences and knowledge. We really, really appreciate it. Thank you.